Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, I thought I'd do a video on pistol crossbow quivers you can get. So the main video will be on the 3D cabin printed quivers, but while I'm here I'm going to mention my own quivers as well. Yeah, this will be a review and demo and showing you some of the limitations of both of the sets of quivers. So this is one set of quivers here. This is the very large one that can hold 24 bolts. And then you get a different one from, that's 3D cabin one. This is another 3D cabin one. I'll show you these all close up and demos as well. Fits underneath, you know, as normal. You can fit the handle on. And this one can take two different types of bolts. So I'll show you a close up of that. And then you get my quivers, which are pretty much universal. Each of these quivers will hold any type of bolts, including certain ones with broadheads on, basically. Yeah, so I'll show you those as well. Right, what I'll do next then, I'll do a tabletop camera view and show you the benefits and downsides of some of these quivers, and do a full demo and show you a demo outside as well. Right, so this is 3 different crossbows that you can get the different quivers onto. Each quiver has its own benefits and downsides, and I'll go over each of those one after the other. The first thing I'll do is do the long single line quiver. I'll move these other 2 crossbows out of the way, and I'll show you these in close up and talk about them. So the first thing I would say about these quivers, they are very well made. The 3D printed plastic they're made from is very sturdy and certainly does work very well. These come in various different sizes, so you can do them in just 6 on one side, 6 on both sides, 6 on one side, 12 on the other side, 12 on both sides. Stuff like that. Just mount straight on with a bolt on the bottom and work reasonably well. The only issue with these is the one I've got is very temperamental with what bolts it takes. So the bolts that you get with these crossbows won't fit in it because they're too thick. These aluminium ones also won't fit, the tips won't go in at all. So you need to be aware of that. And also these aluminium ones won't fit in either. And another issue I had with this particular one is it seems very temperamental with the bolts it takes. But down here there was bits where it won't quite go through, or it struggles to. There, so look, it's pulled the tip off the bolt. So some of the holes on these are a little bit temperamental, I find. You don't have to force them through. Maybe it's once you've got them through once, it'll go. Saying that, it does seem a lot better now. But yeah, that hole there, see, it's nearly pulled the tip off again. Started to pull that tip off. So you do need to be aware that with these single row quivers, it will only really take the standard plastic bolts. It won't take any of the bolts that come with the crossbows, and it won't take the aluminium ones in either design, and in that case it wouldn't take a broadhead tip either, because that wouldn't go through the hole. But if you get the right bolts for these, it will fit perfectly, as you could see. One of the other plus sides to these quivers is they are very low profile, so you can get your hand on the handle, the foregrip, very easily. My one's dropped down a little bit further, so you've got less of a handle to hold on to. These do have the full length of the handle. So what I'll show you now is a quick demo of me using this quiver. So the next one is the other quiver that 3D Cabin do. This one can take the aluminium bolts on the bottom and the ABS ones on the top. So again, they just slide out as normal. I think this one's actually the wrong way around, but you can mount them either way. As you can see, they come out easy enough, and the mount on the bottom, as mentioned, can hold the aluminium bolts. These are sort of press fitting. These ones, this bottom one will fit the larger bolts, any of the larger bolts as mentioned before. So this one will fit the bolts that come with the crossbows and will fit various aluminium bolts, but it won't fit any of the smaller ABS ones. They'll just fall out. Well, that one's just about holding in, but it is very loose, so they do sort of slide. They will slide out. If you use these ones, they fall straight out, as you can see there. So as mentioned, this one will at least hold the thicker bolts, but the bottom rail will only hold the thicker bolts, and again the top rail will only hold the thinner bolts. But again, with this one, you can hold the handle, doesn't stick down at all, fits on easily, just bolt straight on. The plastic is very well done, but yeah, it just has that one issue that none of the holes are truly universal. The top ones will only take the thinner bolts, although it would take the ones you get with it, and the bottom rail will really only take the thicker bolts. And this one only comes in one size, and I'm sure only one side as well. I may be wrong about that, although I bet you could probably buy two. But I don't think they do a right and left side for this one. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you my quivers as well. These are ones I make myself. Now these are actual universal. As you can see, they will take both different kinds of aluminium bolts. They will take the large bolts that come with the crossbows, and they will take the small ABS bolts. They mount straight on with a sight mount but as mentioned with my ones, they hang down slightly, so they do take up at least one finger of your handle, depending on where the handle is. If you move the handle back, then it won't. But that one's a bit more universal. By removing and adding the O-rings, you can fit thicker and thinner bolts, and will even fit to a degree these broadheads. I don't think I've got another one there, but it will even hold those. So again, what I'll do, I'll show you a demo of this. Right, so there you go. You've seen the demos, you've seen the tabletop review. I may at a later date just do a quick 2-minute video just showing the different quivers, with not on the crossbows, as another sort of review. But yeah, the 3D cabin ones, the link will be in the description. There's a coupon code to get 10% off. Well worth buying. They are restricted to certain bolts though, that's the only thing I would say. But other than that, they're very well made. As well with the stock extender, really well made. Yeah, so you got the options. You've got the smaller one there that takes 2 different larger bolts, and then you've got the one here that will take the smaller bolts. Yeah, so links in the description to these. And then, if you was ever interested in supporting me, as I said, I do my own quivers. I've been doing these for quite a while now. Mine are universal, they're handmade, but they will take any bolts. And although they stick down a little bit, you can still hold the foregrip. And if you have the foregrip further back, you can hold the whole grip anyway. I just have it that close, because I like to normally have the handle right back, then a quiver, then a flashlight. That's another thing the 3D cabin do, is a torch, you may have noticed, which I'll be doing a review later. But sometimes a torch on the top's quite good, because you can still see where you're loading your bolts. So those are mine. If you're interested in my quivers, they're £10 with £2.50 postage. There's an email in the description to ask me about them. There will be a little bit of a delay at the minute, and I do ship worldwide. And I may be shipping some to US to be sold on US eBay soon. So US viewers can get mine cheaper through eBay, because they won't have to get the UK to America postage. So yeah, there you go. Pistol crossbow quivers. Well worth buying. Mine or 3D cabin ones. Links and all the info are in the description. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it helpful. See you later.